People call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster of love. Other people call me Maurice, 'cause I speak of the pompatus of love. People talking about me, baby, say I'm doing you wrong, doing you wrong. But don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, baby, 'cause I'm right here, right here, right here, right here at home. 'Cause I'm a picker, I'm a lover, and I make a lot of sinners. I play my music in the sun. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a not doing any of that nonsense. I don't wanna hurt no one. Well, we did these two yesterday and we didn't colour them in, so it doesn't matter. No time for that. Oh, don't know what this is all about. This one came up as well. So we did this song. We just played this song. And we don't know what the song, why the song wants to be played in this moment of time. It's what came into my mind this morning. So I played the song, and I don't know what the card is that we're going to pick, or how many we're going to pick. So let's pick a card. I have to zoom in. Okay, this is Our Lady of Glastonbury. This card is from Glastonbury. So let's see what the next card is. Allow nature to organise. Okay, now you can see that the organisation that I've done here is nature organised. It's not me doing it, because I don't normally pull the card out. I didn't think to do that. It just came out. Yeah, nature is organising it for our edification, our learning process. And so I'll take the lady away here, and I'll put the card here and put her back in the place where she belongs, perhaps, or maybe she'll move somewhere else. Okay, she's gone on top. She's gone on top of the guild master. Okay, that's interesting. There's two of you going through a guild master initiation. When you go through the guild master initiation, it's you and your lady, and you can't organise this thing. Nature has to organise it. Okay. Now you see, nature has tilted the camera here. Nature is organising the cushion. And nature is organising my lady who's going skiing. She's been on a train to Munich and she's heading up to the ski area with her daughter. And she says here, I'm going to read what she says because it just came now. It says, you know, it makes a nice difference to stay in Germany for skiing because you can go to Austria, you can go to Switzerland and so on. Not in fancy foreign Austrian or Swiss tourist places where rich people are going to, so the rich people going there. It is Germany here, and the people on the journey are happy, and they are original German young and old people. The money is for them, so the money that they're going to spend skiing is going to go to the German people. And so, because she's doing that, because she's going, she's not choosing to go. She has to go. She's following the way, the great way, and allowing nature to organise her journey. And nature's organised her to go to a German ski resort for skiing. And she's finding that all the nice people are also organised to go in the same direction as her. And all the bad people are off somewhere fancy and rich, Zermatt and all these like fancy places. And so she's found herself in the place where she belongs, with the people that she belongs to be with, and she's having a nice time of it. And so it's only by allowing nature to organise ourselves that this can happen to us, and we can find ourselves in the kingdom of heaven, and we can be having a nice time. Now, there's work to do in the kingdom of heaven, so we might meet a few dragons on the way that we might have to slay, yet having slayed a few dragons, which Elizabeth has done, we both have done so, to get through our Guildmaster initiation, to get through this, we've had to slay a few dragons. I had to slay a dragon on a bus and I couldn't go to Germany for the winter. And she's had to slay a few dragons in where she works. And now, because she's gone through her initiation, now she's allowed to have a nice time going skiing with her daughter, and she's not bothered by the dark side. She's done her job, and so she's allowed to be, for a time, in a good way. Right? So we have to do our work for nature. Nature organising both sides of the work, the dark and the light side of the work. And in this way we get to go through our steps on the great chain of being, rising each time to a higher level of initiation, getting higher powers as we go, more happiness, higher levels of work, more satisfaction with our work. And passing through to the highest levels, back to God, back to God. That's enough. Okay, now she says, maybe tomorrow we are on the highest mountain of Germany. That's all I need to say because it went beep. So maybe tomorrow Elizabeth is on the highest mountain in Germany, and the Munich Security Conference is going on right there. There's the top of the mountain and the bottom of the lake, yeah. And this security conference is the bottom of the lake, and the highest mountain in Germany, that's the top, yeah. And this is a powerful altar, and it's a very powerful altar for my lady and I, because as a couple, when you walk together, you are walking as an altar, the left and the right, yeah. And so always the lady is organised onto the correct side of the man. If she's on the left or the right, it means a different kind of thing. You can recognise what type of a couple they are by which side they stand, one on the other, okay? When they go far apart, now Elizabeth is going to the highest mountain of Germany. She was on the mountain of Eisenach, which is the
top of Thuringia, but now she's going wider. She's gone to Munich is in a separate part of Germany. It's really a separate country. It's called Bayern, I think. Bayern, yeah, is Bavaria. Yeah. It has a completely different karma, different history to the rest, other parts of Germany. Thuringia has its own history. And a lot of important things happen in Munich. It's kind of like the centre, it's a spiritual centre of the German nation, actually. I know because I had to spend about a year there nearly. So I know Munich well, just the centre of it, because I didn't travel around it, I just stayed in the main part of it. So nature organises us to be where we're meant to be. And it also organises us what we're wearing and the colours that we have and so on and so forth. And I did notice earlier on whilst I was playing, I played the guitar at the beginning of the video, and I looked at the guitar and my lady just sent me a text message to say that she was nice wearing her nice fur coat that I got for some time ago, maybe it was last year, perhaps a year before, probably the year before now. And it's a very fine fur coat, and so she's happy wearing this now. She feels good in the fur coat. But she mentioned it, I got the picture of her in the fur coat, and when I watched the video back, I realised that this guitar that I'm playing is just like, it's clothed in just like her fur coat. Her fur coat has kind of gradations, it's got like stripes on it. I won't show it to you, you remember it from the video, but she has another fur coat. I don't know which one she's wearing. She has another fur coat, a darker fur coat, which we thought at the time was the lesser coat, but it turned out that this was the greater of the two coats, the darker one. Yeah. And so she wears the light striped one for just general day-to-day wear, and she wears the dark one for special occasions. Yeah. It's much stronger, fancier coat, not fancier but more powerful coat. The same as you have your most powerful hat, the lady has her most powerful coat. And nature is organised. Now the interesting thing is I'm not choosing these guitars. I find the guitar, I think this is the one, it comes to me, this is the one that I have to buy, yeah, so I get the guitar. And it's only afterwards I notice these unusual coincidences, if you like. Now, I'll get the other guitar and we'll do the song again. The other guitar is like her other fur coat. It's got the similar kind of nutty brown colour to it. Oh, you can see I hit the guitar. You didn't see that. These guitars from Harley Benton, they're so finely finished, such a good finish on them, that you can hit them on something and they don't even get damaged. Amazing quality. They'll probably last for 100 years, I would say. These guitars will last for 100 years. They're so well made in China. Okay, so what was that song? Some people call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster lover. Call me Maurice, as I speak as a puppetus of love. The puppetus of love. Now, when Steve Miller wrote this song, he did not know what the puppetus of love was. It just came to him whilst he was writing the song, so it just came out, the song just came out. And the pompatus of love, it's a wonderful expression, I never heard it before. And love can be pompatus, or love can be real. real, genuine love, unconditional love for the other. And it doesn't matter what they do, it doesn't matter how badly they behave, you always forgive them and welcome them back into your arms. That's the way it works, okay? That's the way it works. If you allow nature to organise it. But if you go thinking, oh, I'm not going to have this woman anymore, I'm sick of her, I'm going to have another one, well, she'll be off like a shot with some other great man. She'll get a better man than you, believe you me, an easier one. You'll be a smoker, I'm a joker, I'm a midnight talker. I play my music in the sun. I'm a picker, I'm a misser, I'm a lover and I'm a sinner. I don't wanna hurt no one. It'll be a long journey before you get back to the one. Now the same thing applies to nations. Nations also have to allow nature to organise. They can't organise themselves into cartels, into globalists, and take over the world and try to build it in the image that they imagine the world to be in. No, they have to allow nature to organise it. And nature was doing a really good job organising the electric car, all right? Organising the future for humanity. And some of this was going on in America, some of it was going on in China, yeah. And the Chinese specialize. Nature is organising the Chinese to specialise in the electric car because they have a lot of new facilities to build. They have a huge, big population of people. And to develop anything new like this, new technology and that, it's a good place to do it where it's growing and the people need to learn all the stuff that the West has already learned. The West has been through the Industrial Revolution already. And China's just going through what Japan had to go through. Japan also had to go through that and become the car builder of the year, of the era that they were in, yeah. And so, you know, once the Chinese have done it, then the Africans will have to go through it because everybody's got to go through it. Each region of the world has to be able to go properly through the process of evolution before it can all come to the one whole world the same, yeah. And so nature's organising it. We need to allow nature to organise it, and we're not doing that, yeah. We're trying to interfere because we think that there's something wrong with it, yeah. We think that the Chinese are going to take over the world, yeah. No, they're not. They're just going to make our cars for us, that's all. And we're going to get, like they make our guitars for us, yeah. There was a time when America used to make the guitars, and if you wanted a good guitar, you had to buy a Gibson or a Fender or a Martin, yeah. They were all American brands of guitars. Yet after a while, these manufacturers got lazy. They weren't interested in making guitars anymore. Nature was organising them to do something else, okay, to do something else. And so instead of dropping what they were doing, what they weren't interested in, it just carried on and on. And then the Japanese were the first to start making guitars. Like they were the first to start making cameras and first to start making... They were taking over. The Germans used to make loads of cameras, but the Germans were ready for the next thing. They made enough cameras, they know all about that stuff. They're going to go higher level, yeah. And so nature just takes it from one, gives it to the other. It's organising it, and we need to work together with nature on this. And I work together with nature. I don't buy my guitars from Gibson and Fender and Martin. No, I buy my guitars from Harley Benton, which are organised in Germany. Germany is very, very good at organising the Chinese. They're organising the distribution of the stuff, yeah. And so let them do what they're good at, yeah. And so it's very easy for me to go online, find the guitar I want, and obtain it at a good price, very efficient. And the Chinese get to make their guitars, this is what they need to do at the moment, and very fine guitars too they make. And they're just as good as what the Gibsons and the Fenders were originally. Not now. They're better than what the Fenders and the Gibsons are now, unless you pay loads and loads of money, in which case they're probably made in China then, and then they just put the made in America on, because when they get to America they just bolt the neck to the body and put the strings on or whatever and check it out, yeah. Or it's Mexico or somewhere like that. And Mexico also needs to go through its process of industrialization that America, Germany, Britain, Italy, all these countries have already been through, yeah. And you'll see that Italy now, it's not making cars, it's making gigapresses and stuff, yeah. Now it's finding its purpose in life. And Holland isn't sailing the seas and importing and exporting, no. Holland is now making the machines which make the chips that go in our cell phones, yeah. And America's not making the cell phones anymore. They're all being made in China, yeah, or Taiwan or wherever. And so we have to allow the world to do this. And if you do this, what happens is your balance of payments becomes okay, because now you're doing something, producing something that the rest of the world wants, and the rest of the world is producing something that you want, and you can now trade, okay? But if you all make motor cars, yeah, well, it's okay to make motor cars, and Trump says, oh, you don't buy our cars. No, because the Germans don't want American muscle cars, yeah? American muscle cars for muscleheads. Germans require something else. Germans require the nice cars probably that they make in China. I don't know. Wherever a German decides to buy his car from, that is the place that needs to sell the car, and that car needs to move to where it needs to be. And it's as simple as that, yeah? And we're all meant to have different cars. There's a car for every person, yeah? A different style, a different type of car. The car that you drive is a symbol for who you are, who your couple, what your couple state is, whether you're going up or down, or whether you're eating too, whether you're stealing too much of the stuff, or whether you're lean, mean, you know. If you have a big SUV, or whether you have a little sports car, yeah. It's a sign as to how heavy your footprint is on the world, yeah. It's time to stop again. I have to take 5 and then come back. Okay, so you see, nature's also organising this video. It's not me as a plan to make a certain video. I got up this morning, I didn't know what video I was going to make. No idea whatsoever. And it's only nature who's doing the organisation. Organising what song I sing in advance, showing how that fits in with the card, organising what guitar I played, which microphone I use, what cards come out, where they go afterwards. See that? See that? Where they go afterwards. And why are they next to this? Why is that there? Why is it next to that? I haven't organised this. Not the little atom. This is a great way of nature which is a wonderful thing if we start to observe it and see how it's organised. The geometry of everything, the left, the right, the up, the down, the forward, the back. This is called geomancy, is to study the geometrical arrangement of the planet. How the left-hand side, if you lie with your back on the earth, of the planet, and imagine yourself the map of the world, you'll see on your left-hand side is China, on your right-hand side is America, right? Now that's the left and that's the right. The left-hand side is China, the right-hand side is America. Now if you look to the map, it'd be the other way around. This is geomancy. You need to understand geomancy to actually understand the organisation of nature. And then there's the colours that nature colours everything with. They're all sort of organised in a special way. And the numbers and everything. You know, the Pythagoras, I said you know, you already know that Pythagoras said that everything was number in the universe. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know, the perfect dance is the waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 this way, 1, 2, 3 that way, 1, 2, 3 this way, 1, 2, 3 that way. And the Maoris knew there was only 3 numbers in the universe. Then 1, 2, 3, and then it starts again at 1. And then you can have 3 sets of that, 3 sets of that, and so on and so forth down the line. Self-organising, all is self-organising. Look at fractal geometry. Self-organising nature. You don't need to organise it. Nature's already organised itself. It's not. If it can organise the whole natural world, you think that somehow you're separate from all that organisation. Do you think that you have your own thoughts? Do you really think that you think the thoughts that? Do you really think that I said you really think, and I actually premeditated that and designed you really think to come out of my mouth right now? Do you really think that? Do you really think that it's me that's doing all this? You notice I threw a bottle away. In one of my other videos I threw the old bottle out. I already have another bottle here. It's the nail polish remover. This is the most powerful destructive force in the house. And it's right next to the dark cup. The dark cup. So this is the dark point on the altar, you know. It's the point of a lady. You see the lady there? The lady is the dark side. What ladies do is they organise by destruction. They have to destroy what's not good enough. They destroy the dirt. They use this stuff and they destroy dirt with it, yeah? And they're clean by destruction. The man will do the opposite. He'll wipe the dirt up and chuck it down the toilet and flush it down. Yeah? We're all organised. Yet these two sides, the male and the female, are all organised by nature. We're not doing it. We can't help ourselves. The lady can't help herself that she organises by destruction, and the man can't help himself that he organises by creation. Yeah. I have to take this guitar. Now, there's a little voice says to me, take this guitar. Now, probably a lady wouldn't get that voice. Now, put it back down. Okay, now, I took the guitar up, and the cord is going round the leg of the camera. So, I'm not meant to use that guitar, yeah? There. It's stopping me. Now, when I put that tripod over there, I didn't see that it trapped the cord. Nature's doing all this so that I don't take that guitar up. It's only there to show you, to bring out these words that there's no mistakes anywhere. Everything is perfect and is happening automatically. Okay, now I'm going to write that on here. Okay, everything. If I write it on here, everything is perfect. Now, that's the F out. and therefore it follows. The F is giving me the next words, follows that it's happening automatically. Okay. So it says, everything is perfect, and therefore it follows that it's happening automatically. Because everything is perfect in the world, it is absolute proof that it's happening automatically, that it cannot possibly be us doing it. Okay? So that nature is self-organising. It's self-organising even if you organise it yourself. That is the mystery of it, because all nature does is say, you don't like it that way, we'll give it to you this way. So if you don't like the way nature's organising it, you're going to organise yourself. You're going to make an appointment. Oh, okay, I'm going to book a ticket and go here and have a good time. All right? If you're going to do that, you've got to have a lesser time than what you would have had if you let nature organise it, because now it just puts you on a different pathway. It's okay, you go over there and find out how you think it's nice over there. Wait and see. And I did notice that Wildlings Sailing today is calling for people to apply to go sailing with the young man who wants to sail his catamaran. He's looking to try to make a group now. Yet he doesn't know that he already has a group. Yeah, he already has a group. These are the people already turned up, who just arrived on the scene and just naturally fell together with him. Yeah, so he already has a group. Yet he might be thinking, oh, they're not good enough, and blah blah blah, and so on, and maybe I'd rather have a woman than a man, and you know, there's all sorts of things that you can learn. You can have to learn your lesson, and so what's happening is he organised for somebody else, people to apply, and he's going to pick. He's going to try to choose. No, this will result in terrible experience at sea with all these bad people that you're going to end up with. People who want to take over the boat and, you know, boss you around and all this kind of stuff. You have no idea. And I did notice in the video for Wildlings Sailing, watch it. It starts off and you'll see there's two nice swans, right? There's two nice swans around the boat. And that's a sign. And what that sign is saying to him, you need to be doing this with your lady. And now that you're getting close to it being finished, you need to come back together with your lady. And so he already made videos with a lady who he separated from. Now, he thought it was forever, but it's not forever. Unless you've done something that cannot be undone. It's possible that the same couple could come back together now for the journey. Yet if one of them kissed another lady, if he kissed another lady, then he's lost her forever. And now he's lost the boat, he's lost everything. And now he has to get a much worse boat and a much harder journey. And so that's what he's on. Yeah, that's what he's on. Now, he's done all this work, and if he's not getting his original lady back, he's probably going to get another one. If he just lets nature organise it. Okay? Yet, if he tries to organise it, he's going to not get that. He's going to get the devil himself who's going to end up on his boat with him. Yeah? And if he picks a lady, it's going to be a devil lady too. Yeah? And so it's a very difficult thing that we have to learn there. Yeah? We're learning to allow nature to organise, because it's all perfect and happening automatically. And if we doubt it, if we have no faith in nature, removes faith in the world and nature. And now we feel that we have to spend time organising it. Instead of getting on working on our boat, we're now trying to organise the next part of our life. No, it's not gonna happen, because now you're interfering with nature's organisation. Nature's already organised somebody to be with you. And now that person's, their whole life is going to be different. Instead of being able to be with you, you're going to have to do something else because you're organising something else, and they're not going to be allowed to be with you. Okay. The technical aspects of this is difficult. It's something that you need to understand, because if you don't understand it, you just continue to organise. Yeah. Now, sometimes it's necessary to organise. If you have to travel between two places and to get together with your lady, you have to book a ticket. I already tried doing it by not booking a ticket, and I was blocked. I couldn't even get across the water without booking a ticket ahead of time. You used to be able to just go somewhere and buy a ticket on the spot. Can't do that anymore. So you have to book your ticket in advance, which destroys the self-organising nature of the world, but it's something that you just have to do from time to time. So the least amount of that you do, the better, as far as allowing nature to organise. Now, what happened at the end of the Wildlings Sailing video, you can watch it. It went up today, the same day that this video is going up. If you watch the Wildlings Sailing channel, you'll see at the end of the video, he's got a swan chasing him. Want to give him a hard time. And it's a single swan. It's not a couple of swans. It's a single swan. Because what he's doing is making... First of all, you had the two swans he saw. Then he made the video and organised the people to come and apply to be on his boat, to go together with him on the journey. Yeah. And now, having done that, now the swan is angry. Yeah. Now it's showing him he's going to find an angry swan who's going to get him, and it's not going to be a couple. He's going to lose the other part of the swan. The lady. He's going to lose the lady. Yeah. So you can't tell people. You can't tell them. They've got to learn the hard way. Yeah. And if you understand what I'm saying watching this video, then you can. If you get the logic of it, then you can say, okay, now I see it, and now you can go through the test. Now you see the couple of swans, and you say, I've got a lady coming. Better not organise anything, just let it happen. Have faith that she's going to get there in the end. Yeah? I think I've said what I need to say there. Everything that we do is a result of our karma, what we've already done. And it's also to do with the lesson that we're learning. And this young man on Wildlings Sailing has learnt a lot about allowing nature to organise. But ultimately, because he keeps himself open for, he even says to the people who want to come with him, he says, you've got to be open to just move and not do things that organise at certain times and things like that. Yet, he's actually making the mistake in the moment of trying to organise those people to come to him. So he's learnt the lesson to a certain extent, but he hasn't learnt to be completely allow nature to do it all for him. He still thinks that he has to organise something because he sees, otherwise he'll have to sail it by himself. And maybe that's what he needs to do anyway. If nobody comes, then he needs to do it by himself, because maybe there's some things that need sorting out before other people get on the boat with him. Yeah? Because things are going to break, things are not going to work properly, and so on and so forth. So perhaps the first year he needs to sail by himself. I don't know. It's not difficult to sail a big catamaran like that by yourself. It's not difficult. It's harder than what he's done before. It's not impossible, yeah. And perhaps you don't want to go crossing oceans in it yet, but you could actually do some coastal sailing with it, and do it by yourself. Okay. I might send him a link to this video. I don't know. We'll see what happens if my hands move. I don't normally do that. I don't normally promote anything. Yet sometimes people need to get a message, otherwise how's he ever going to find this video? Yeah. How's he ever going to learn his lesson? And he's almost got it right, yeah, he's almost got it right. I also tried to do this last time I said, I don't really want to go by myself. I'd like to find someone. I also tried this and it didn't work out, so yeah. I know it's one of the last things that you've got to learn, that you can't do it. You just have to let nature organise it. And if there's nobody coming your way, you're doing it by yourself, because in the end there's very, very few people who are walking the world freely from one moment to the next. This guy from Wildlings Sailing, he's on his own, you know, he's the only person doing it. Everybody else has got a job or got some place they've got to look after. He's not. He's just got his boat and he can just move. There's only him and his boat, and his YouTube channel is there to support him, so it gives him some money so he can do what he's doing. That's the only reason he can do what he's doing. Yeah. And so there's very few other people who are in that situation. Most people have got a limited amount of time and then they've got to go and do a job or something. And so some people can say, okay, well, I'll give up what I'm doing and I'll just be free in the universe without any future plans. And normally young people who can do that, or old people like me. There's very few of them, very few people floating free in the universe. So nature is in very much disorganized state, because you can only organize so much with what's available. If nobody's walking the way, nature can't organize the kingdom of heaven. It can only organize the department of hell, the devil's department. Yeah, and that's what it has been doing for years. Yet now the golden age is coming, and so now we have the world changing over from the devil running it to the Son of God running it. Okay, the sons and daughters of God in charge for a time, and if the people are good enough, then it can go on. Yet there's going to have to be a lot of difficult stuff done to purify the planet if the dark side is going to be prevented from coming back. And we can't organise that either. We've just got to go one step after the other and find out what we do. Never flinching from the way, always going with the way, always going with the truth, always going with righteousness. Accepting what happens to us and moving on, learning our lessons in the eternal moment. I'm going to leave you on that. I don't need to play the song again. You've got that. The two guitars have exposed themselves like the two coats. And so there's one more thing. Okay, we have to pick a card. Now, is nature going to zoom in or is it not going to zoom in? If nature zooms in, I know that it's the next card. If nature doesn't zoom in, I know that it's a comment on what we've just done. Nature's zooming in. I think. Okay, here we go. We're doing the cards by division and rejecting, deleting what's not required, like the lady does. We're standing at the female altar here, and so we're doing everything by destruction. We're destroying what the lie is. The card is not there. The card is not there. That hand. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll get this reading, okay, in your feed. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Must be that one. No, wait a minute. It's not that one. It's not that one. Not that one. It's that one. Okay. Our next card is the Temple Maker.
That's a nice one. That will be interesting. If you subscribe, you'll get it in your feed. I made many of those things, those little temples. And you will too.